Hey guys. All right, so today we're going to talk about heels down, and you'll hear trainers yell at you all the time, get your heels down, get your heels down. But a lot of times they don't explain why. So the why is one, balance. The moment, even as you're standing here, you're going to have more weight into your heels. The moment you try to go up onto your toes, it's going to shoot you forward. Same thing happens in the saddle because your stirrups should act like the ground for you. That's what you're pretending is the ground, or your stirrups. So the moment you shoot your toes down, your body's going to go forward and it's going to set you off balance. So we want to ride with our heels down to get our balance down. Another reason is as you stand, go ahead and practice. Go one heel down and listen to the muscles that are starting to tighten up as you're right here. Those are the muscles that you want to grip with. It just kind of naturally puts them into position, gets you nice and long, and grips with those muscles that line the inside. Now shoot your toe down and feel the muscles that are lengthened and tightening up. Those are the muscles you don't really need as much. They're on the outside. So when our heels are down, our butt kind of tightens, our inner thighs start to tighten just naturally. So if you're just riding with the natural heel down, that's the position. Those are the muscles that are going to take effect for you just more naturally. So those are kind of the reasons why. So balance and just natural muscle holding you in without you having to work a little extra. Now, can you have your heels too far down? The answer is yes. So the people that shove their heels all the way down, for one, they're worried. So they shove their heels as far as their heels can go. Or two, they're just hyper flexible. So their heels just naturally boop right down, and they're in their full extension all the time. That takes away all your shock absorption. So if your heels are shoved all the way down, you're gonna be tighter, or you're not gonna be able to absorb the shock. So you want your heels naturally down, but not shoved as far as they can go, that you can't actually let your ankles absorb things because they gotta work. So one of the biggest things is people will say, how do I get my heels down? And I ride with my toes out. So they're riding here and then their toes want to grip on. A lot of people want to grip with their toes and it shoots them forward. So they naturally want to go in this position. But pay attention to your body, how it is just standing. Do a little march in place, and as you stop, see where your feet stop. If they stop with their toes naturally turned out, that's going to be other issues causing your toes having to go out to help your body along. So it's not a bad thing. We can fix it. It's going to have to be fixed from everything else as well. But I'm going to give you some exercises today to kind of help with it. So the anterior tibialis goes from here all the way across and down. That's a muscle that helps with getting your heel down. Along with the back, the gastrocnemius needs to help stretch out. But this is the muscle that's holding those toes up, and the back is letting your heels drop down. So we want to make sure we stretch out that back. So one is foam roll. Foam roll the back and the front of your leg. So you want to really roll out, go side, all the way down from your knee to your ankle. And then you can even go right here and roll that outside. Roll that outside. You can do this with a ball or the foam roller. But we're trying to get that outside of the shin almost. If you're a runner and get a lot of shin splints, that's from this being tight. All right, so you want to roll it out. And then we want to do some stretches as well. So toes go in the back and they're facing in. So my knees are out, my toes are in. And then you just stretch it back, push back from the ground into your toes, hold it, and come up. Repeat that a few times. And now we're gonna I'm gonna use a loop. A loop's gonna help strengthen and stretch. So one is going to be to help stretch out your gastrocnemius right here, the back of your calf. So we want to stretch that out, and then we want to point our toes down, release it the other way, and then pull it back in. So again, if you can't get your heels into that heels down position, you're not going to be able to get your heels down in the saddle as well. So again, we're doing everything we can to help us now before we're worried on top of a horse as well and having to deal with them as on top of it. So do both sides like this, point, and then pull and let that back relax. So we want this to relax and we want the front to tighten up. So we want to know that can tighten up and we want to know this can stretch out. And then we reverse it, hold it for a second, come back. Another exercise you can do is I'm going to put the loop around the foot I'm working, and then I'm going to pull it out and then step side by side so I hold it down. Then all you're going to do is the one that it's around, pull your toes up and release it slow. So don't let the band slap it back down. Pull it up, release it slow. This is a really good one. If you don't have a loop and you have a light dumbbell, you can hold the dumbbell on your toe and raise it up as well, or you can go without and just practice toe raising and down. What I don't want to see is you shooting the rest of your body to compensate for it. Hold your body just like you would on the horse. Pull your toes up, hold, release it down slowly. Don't let them slap. The last ones you can do that we'll talk about today is heel walking. So you can just walk on your heels a little bit and then reverse it, toe walk, get the opposite going. So balancing yourself out. Again, we don't want to do everything specific for horse riding because then you'll be unbalanced again and you'll have other issues. And then toe walk. And you'll strengthen those ankles, strengthen the muscles that need strengthened correctly. But again, don't get your hips tilting. Keep them underneath you. Roll those hips under, then go on your heels, and then go on your toes. But getting those heels raising without adjusting in your upper body or your lower back. So grab a loop or whatever you can to help build those muscles up. Focus on the anterior tibialis, down your leg. That's going to help you go heels down and start to bring your toe in as you strengthen that muscle because it loops around and it'll help keep your toe straighter in the saddle. So try those and let me know how it works. Bye.